Officer. I am Cheryl A. Blanche and this is my oral recitation. Article 122. Piracy in general and mutiny on the high seas. The penalty of reclusion temporal shall be inflicted upon any person who on the high seas shall attack on seas or vessel or not being a member of its complement nor a passenger shall seize the whole or part of the cargo of the said vessel, its equipment or personal belongings of its complement or passengers. The same penalty shall be inflicted in case of mutiny on the high seas or in Philippine waters. What are the two ways or modes of committing piracy? Two ways or modes of committing piracy. Number 1, by attacking or seizing a vessel on the high seas or in Philippine waters. Sa pamamagitan ng pag-atake o pagkamkam ng barko na nasa international na dagat o sa dagat ng loob ng Pilipinas. Number 2, by seizing in the vessel while on the high seas or in Philippine waters, the whole or part of its cargo, its equipment, or personal belongings of its complement or passengers. Sa pamamagitan ng pagkamkam sa loob ng barko habang ito ay nasa international na dagat o sa dagat ng loob ng Pilipinas, ang buo o parte ng karga, mga aparato nito o pampersonal na kagamitan ng mga kawan nito o pasahero. Number 2, what are the elements of piracy? Elements of piracy. Number 1, that a vessel is on the high seas or in Philippine waters. Na ang bapor ay nasa international na dagat o sa loob ng dagat ng Pilipinas. Number 2, that the offender are not members of its complement or passengers of the vessel. Na ang mga may sala ay hindi miyembro ng kawan o mga pasahero ng bapor. Number 3, that the offender A. attack or seizes the vessel or B. seize the whole or part of the cargo of the said vessel, its equipment or personal belongings of its complement or passengers. Na ang may sala ay A. umatake o magkamkam ng barko na nasa international na dagat o sa dagat ng loob ng Pilipinas, ang buo ng parte ng karga, mga aparato nito o pampersonal na kagamitan ng mga kawan nito o mga pasahero. Number 3. What is the meaning of high seas? They are parts of the seas that are not included in the exclusive economic zone in the territorial seas or in the internal waters of a state or in the archipelagic water of an archipelagic state. Ang high seas ay parte ng dagat na hindi kasali sa loob ng territorial na dagat o sa loob ng mga tubig na internal sa isang estado sa loob ng archipelagic na mga tubig ng isang archipelagic na estado. Ang archipelagic na bansa ay tumutukoy sa isang bansang isla katulad ng Pilipinas. Number 4, what is piracy? It is robbery or forcible depredation on the high seas without lawful authority and done with animo furandine in the spirit and intention of universal hostility. Ito ay ang pagnanakaw o paghuhold up ng persahang pagloob na ginawa sa international na dagat na walang legal na otoridad at ginawa ng may animo furandi intensyon na mag-angkin. Ang pagsaalang-alang nito sa batas ng buong daigdig ay isang krimen na ang buong sangkatauhan ang kalaban. Number 5, what is mutiny? The last paragraph in Article 122 provides that the same penalty provided for piracy shall be inflicted in the case of mutiny on the high seas or in Philippine waters. Mutiny o pag-alsa laban sa otoridad ay may kahalintulad na parusa para sa piracy. Mutiny is usually committed by the other members of the complement and may be committed by the passengers of the vessel. Ang mutiny o pag-alsa laban sa otoridad ay ginawa ng mga kawan ng bapor o mga pasahero. Mutiny is the unlawful resistance to a superior officer or the raising of commotions and disturbances on board a ship against the authority of its commander. Ang mutiny ay ang iligal na paglaban sa nakataas na opisyal o ang pagsagawa ng paghimagsik at panggulo sa loob ng vapor laban sa otoridad na tagapag-utos nito. What is the difference between piracy and mutiny? Number 6. In piracy, the persons who attack a vessel or seize its cargo are strangers to said vessels, while in mutiny, they are members of the crew or passengers. Sa piracy, ang mga taong umatake sa bapor o kumuha ng mga karga nito ay tagalabas ng bapor na yaon, habang sa mutiny, sila ay ang mga miyembro ng kawan ng bapor o mga pasahero. While the intent to gain is essential in the crime of piracy and mutiny, the offenders may only intend to ignore the ship's officers or they may be prompted by a desire to plunder. Habang ang kaisipang magkamkam ay mahalaga sa krimen na piracy. Sa mutiny, ang mga may sala ay may intensyon lamang na suwayin ang opisyalis ng bapor o pwede din meron silang pagnanasang makapagnakaw. Number 7. When may piracy and mutiny be considered as terrorism? Under Republic Act No. 9372, otherwise known as the Human Security Act of 2007, approved on March 6, 2007, a person who commits an act punishable as piracy and mutiny under Article 122, thereby sowing in creating a condition of widespread and extraordinary fear and panic among the populace in order to coerce the government to give in to an unlawful demand shall be guilty of the crime of terrorism and shall suffer the penalty of 40 years of imprisonment without the benefit of parole. We now have a new terrorism law, Republic Act No. 11479, Anti-Terrorism Act of 2020. Base dyan sa itaas, pwedeng maging terrorism ang piracy at mutiny kung ang pagsagawa nito ay maghasik o magpalaganap ng takot at kakilabutan sa masa para puresin ang gobyerno na sundin ang iligal na hiling ng mga kriminal.